Reconnecting America is a national not-for-profit that is dedicated to how we grow our neighborhoods, our cities, our regions at the connection of transportation and transit choices and affordable housing. We're very much dedicated to an affordable transportation choice to a place you can actually afford to live today. And we're seeing that those decisions are made more and more by combining your housing costs and your transportation costs to understand what is truly affordable. Most of our work is in technical assistance, helping communities and regions, also in the development of policy, whether that's at a local, state, or national level. We work all over the United States. We work in large metropolitan areas like San Francisco Bay Area, Chicago. We also work in much smaller areas across the country. The exciting part is where we see this vision of good transportation linking to affordable housing catching fire in some surprising places. We're working in New Orleans, Baton Rouge. As a result of Katrina, many different choices are having to be made there. We're working in Tennessee and in Florida, working in Vermont. So those are interesting places emerging in this entire conversation. We've also worked in the Twin Cities. Minneapolis, St. Paul, have been working there for 7 years. We actually came in early to help convene the necessary voices that need to be around the table as those decisions are made. And now we see that they actually have implemented good transportation choices for their people connecting their neighborhoods, and that system continues to grow. We like to work in areas that we don't come in, do a study and leave. We'll be committed to an area, usually with funding from a regional or national foundation, and we've been in the Twin Cities for now over 7 years. My involvement in this entire subject started in my hometown of Meridian, Mississippi, where we built the first multimodal transportation center in the South, and the first for a city of our size in this country. For me, it was economic development from my downtown, and we have seen 100-to-1 return on the city's investment with other public-private sector investment within 3 blocks of that station. That's how I got involved in the subject of transportation and city building. Personally gratifying stories, again, have been the significant work in the Twin Cities, in Denver, and in the Bay Area, and then also, as I said, in the smaller cities where we can come in and help them as they just begin along the learning curve of good transportation choices. You know, government provides for its citizens that which they can't provide for themselves. We think of it nationally as a common defense. We think of it locally as a police department. But transportation is another one of those government-supported choices that we can't provide for ourselves. You say, well, I can buy my automobile. That's true, but when you back out of your driveway, you're on a shared infrastructure that's supported locally, state, and federally. We need to be making those same kinds of investments for the future in public transportation, whether that's bus rapid transit that you have here in Eugene, or whether it's light rail, or whether it's intercity rail connecting a number of cities through a region. It spurs economic development. If you look over my shoulder right now, you're seeing housing, student housing being built in the downtown. Good public transit makes this possible, links universities, links those students to the larger community, to the choices for entertainment, for their educational purposes. We have to think holistically. If we just talk about transportation as steel wheels or rubber tires, we're really missing the very spine that transportation provides for economic development. We have to think not only about a student population, but an aging population. The baby boom generation is the largest generation ever in the history of this country. They're expected to have the longest life expectancy of any generation in the history of this country. How do our seniors move about our cities and our region in the next 10, 20 years? Those are unavoidable decisions we're going to have to make. Cities and communities that make those decisions early, as I see Eugene doing, are going to be way ahead of the curve competitively with other cities in their region.